Woman Madeline Dean of Pennsylvania. She's a member of the Judiciary Committee. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining us. Do you think the tactics used by Mueller as he investigated, for example, Michael Cohen over these many, many months tell you anything how he's conducted his overall Russia investigation?
It confirms for me what I think we already thought of Robert Mueller, that he's a thorough investigator. He's a very thorough thinking attorney. And so it doesn't surprise me that it goes back to June of 15. If we all remember, Donald Trump famously, without making any attempt at work, stepped onto a downward gliding escalator in Trump Tower on June the 16th of 2015, and thus began this journey that we have on here in America. So I'm not surprised at all that Mueller would be that thorough.
These new documents, hundreds and hundreds of pages, reveal Mueller's extensive reach into Cohen's data, communications. Should other subjects, for example, Roger Stone, be especially worried right now?
I'm assuming they are. They know that they are being closely looked at. We know that Cohen was the so-called fixer, and Stone loved being in the mix of trying to clean up whatever mess was surrounding this man before he was president and as he campaigned and now after. So I just think it's exactly what we expected Mueller to do, and all the more reason that we make sure that the Mueller investigation is protected and then made fully public. As you saw our vote in the House, it was unanimous. 400 and some Congresspeople, Democrats and Republicans, said this Mueller report needs to get to the American public.
Yeah, 420 to 0. That was the roll call in the House of Representatives. Many of the documents released today remain heavily redacted, in particular the documents pertaining to campaign finance violations. What does that tell you about the potential ongoing current investigations?
Well, I think it is important that we recognize that everything is not yet being revealed, so there must be ongoing investigations. We know that Cohen came before a congressional committee just recently after his sentencing and revealed and brought in with him documents on the payments to Stormy Daniels and the other woman. So we have documentary evidence that is really troubling, that this president personally signed checks that appear to be payoffs. So these investigations are terribly important. This administration and this president must be held accountable to the rule of law and our oversight.
You sit on the House Judiciary Committee, which is conducting an extensive investigation of the president. Out of the 81 individuals and entities your committee has requested documents from, we're now told only 8 or 9 have fully complied, at least so far. The White House is likely preparing to claim executive privilege over many of these requests. Do Democrats have a plan to counter those claims?
I would say that reporting is not perfectly accurate. My team met with the Judiciary team, Mr. Nadler's team today in D.C., and what we know is, and what we were told, is that actually tens of thousands of pages have been turned over, and communication is ongoing with many of the subjects and entities of those 81 document requests. Some have been able to give partial delivery of documents. Others were working out accommodations. So it's a very broad document request, and so they're working diligently to bring the documents in. That the president is reluctant and obstructing turning things in does not surprise me at all. That fits the pattern of behavior of this administration.
So how many of the 81 individuals and entities that that you requested information, documents from, how many of them have at least delivered those documents, or they're on the way? They're saying they are going to fully comply out of the 81.
I don't have a number, but I was told, I asked just recently before I got on here, was that 8, the reporting of 8, correct? And that was not correct.
That 8 or 9 have fully cooperated. You're saying there are more that have already fully cooperated and handed over all of the documents. Is that what you're hearing?
Well, what I'm hearing is we've gotten tens of thousands of pages. And that some have said, I'll need an accommodation. I can give you some documents now. I'll need more time for others. I can't confirm exactly how many have fully delivered their documents.
We're going to continue to work this story for our viewers. Congresswoman Madeline Dean, thanks so much for joining us.